The median software developer makes about $133,080 a year, and the top 10% clear over $211,450, according to federal data. Senior engineers at big tech can reach $500,000 to $700,000 in total compensation, and a few break $1 million at top labs. That is elite athlete money for code. Here's the twist. Artificial intelligence, or AI for short, now writes and reviews code. The open question is whether it helps software engineers or replaces parts of the role. In this video, we will break down what software engineers really make across the US, the path to get hired, and then deliver our AI threat assessment for the next decade. Software engineers design, build, test, and maintain the applications and systems that run phones, websites, cars, and companies. They turn product ideas into working code. Day to day, they write features, fix bugs, review pull requests, meet with designers and product managers, and deploy updates. It is part creative, part detective work. Who hires them? Tech giants, startups, banks, hospitals, retailers, and government agencies. Every modern organization with software needs engineers. Common specialties include web, mobile, back-end services, cloud infrastructure, data platforms, and embedded systems and hardware. You can go broad or go deep. Entry roles focus on implementing tickets, writing tests, and learning the code base. Senior roles design systems, set standards, and lead incident response when things break. Let us talk pay. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS, reports a national median of about $133,080 for software developers. The bottom 10% make under roughly $79,850, while the top 10% make above $211,450. That is a very wide spread. Employment is massive, with about 1,656,880 software developers nationwide. This is not a niche career. Top-paying metros include San Jose, around $180,000, Seattle, around $165,000, and San Francisco, around $161,000. New York and Boston follow, roughly $155,000 and $149,000. These hubs also offer the densest networks and fastest ladder climbing. Smaller non-tech hubs across the rural Midwest and parts of the South cluster near $85,000 to $95,000 median. Still strong compared to most jobs, entry-level pay lines up with the BLS 10th percentile. New computer science graduates often start near $80,000 to $130,000, depending on employer tier. Coding bootcamp graduates tend to start around $65,000 to $70,000, with many ramping quickly in their first 2 years as projects stack up. At big tech, new grads can see total compensation near $150,000 to $200,000 with equity. Equity is the swing factor that pushes totals higher. Senior engineers at top firms commonly hit $300,000 to $500,000 total compensation. Staff and principal levels can approach $700,000 or more in hot markets. Typical mid-market companies may pay half again less than the giants. A senior at a non-tech company might sit near $160,000 base without large equity. Remote roles remain common. Glassdoor data shows remote software engineers average around $142,000, while in-office averages are a bit lower, though big tech in-office equity can dwarf that gap. Seattle stands out for take-home pay thanks to no state income tax in Washington, which can feel like a $15,000 to $25,000 bonus compared to similar California salaries. Most engineers are salaried. Overtime pay is uncommon, but on-call rotations and production incidents can mean late nights when systems go down. Bonuses usually range from a few percent up to the teens, while equity refreshers and promotions are the real accelerant for total compensation growth over time. Benefits matter. Health insurance, retirement match, learning budgets, and paid sabbaticals can add meaningful value that does not show up on the paycheck. Compared to other paths, this is among the highest-paying common careers. But the spread between average and elite is wider than almost any field. We will show how to reach the upper tiers, but first, let us map the routes into the field and what they cost in time and money. Classic Path 1 is a computer science bachelor degree. Expect about 4 years in total tuition from roughly $40,000 to over $163,000 depending on school. Computer science grads often start near $80,000 to $85,000, but the Federal Reserve Bank of New York notes higher unemployment for new grads than average right now. Path 2 is a coding boot camp. Typical programs run 12 to 20 weeks, with average tuition around $14,142 per course report. Bootcamp grads report average first job pay near 70,000, and most land a role within 6 months when they build a solid portfolio and network. Path 3 is self-taught. It is nearly free, but usually takes 12 to 24 months, and demands building real projects plus relentless interviewing practice. Reality check. Entry-level postings fell by about 30% year over year. At the same time, computer science degrees awarded nearly doubled over the last decade. Big tech cut campus hiring sharply. New grad hires dropped to a small share of their intake, while overall hiring at the largest firms is down more than half since 2019. Layoffs across tech crossed 100,000 last year, after even higher counts the year before. Volatility is part of the industry, especially for juniors. Win the junior market by shipping real apps, contributing to open source, networking with engineers, and targeting growth companies outside the headline hubs. What can AI do today? GitHub Copilot speeds developers up. A Microsoft research and GitHub study found a typical coding task finished about 55% faster with Copilot. Modern code assistants like Cursor and Claude Code write boilerplate, unit tests, refactors, and documentation. They remove grunt work and lift output for engineers who use them well. Agentic tools advance too. Devin, launched broadly in late 2024, solved a meaningful slice of real GitHub issues end-to-end and showed huge hour savings at early adopters. Goldman Sachs estimates computer and mathematical jobs are among the most exposed. Around a quarter to half of tasks could be automated as these tools improve. McKinsey says software development is one of the largest generative AI value pools, with developers finishing tasks up to twice as fast and time to market dropping sharply. The World Economic Forum, or WEF, still ranks software and application developers among the fastest-growing jobs by both percentage and absolute headcount through the end of this decade. Meanwhile, BLS projects about 15% employment growth from 2024 to 2034, and more than 129,000 annual openings, including quality assurance testers. So what can AI not do well yet? It struggles with system architecture under messy constraints, production incident triage, security trade-offs, and alignment with shifting business goals. It also stumbles on undocumented legacy systems, integration with proprietary tools, and high-stakes compliance in finance, healthcare, and aerospace, where human accountability is mandatory. The net effect is not one size fits all. Routine coding shrinks while design, debugging, code review, and incident leadership become more valuable, especially for experienced engineers. Junior roles face the tightest squeeze because assistants can now draft starter code and tests. Seniors who direct these tools become force multipliers and command higher pay. Timeline matters. Goldman Sachs and McKinsey both imply the next 5 to 10 years bring the biggest workflow changes, with compounding productivity inside teams that adopt early. Our verdict: medium risk over the next 8 years. AI will compress routine coding and junior demand, but engineers who lead design, debugging, and tool direction will thrive. Get senior fast, focus on system design, code review, and on-call incident response. These are the hardest to automate and the fastest to boost your value. Specialize near the tools. Machine learning, or ML, engineering, retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, agents and model deployment pay at the top of the market. Target regulated and safety-critical domains where humans must own the code. Think medical devices, aerospace, defense, and core finance systems. Layer domain expertise. A developer who truly understands healthcare, energy, or law plus code is far harder to replace than a generic full-stack implementer. Adopt AI aggressively. Copilot, Cursor, and Claude Code can make you 1.5 to 2 times faster. Use them for drafts, tests, docs, and refactors every day. Avoid roles that are just ticket-taking or basic template work. Aim for ownership, ambiguous problem spaces, and systems that actually move revenue or reduce risk. Software engineering pays exceptionally well from the median up, with real 7-figure ceilings at elite firms. But the path is steeper at the entry level than before. Our assessment is medium AI risk with a 5 to 10-year reshuffle. Engineers who lead design and direct the tools will stay in demand and out-earn the pack. Here's the punchline. AI is not replacing software engineers. It is replacing the engineers who refuse to use these tools. If you love solving problems and can embrace rapid change, this career is still very much worth it. Want to keep building a future-proof career? Click the video on the screen to keep going.